This one in general is going to be a little earthy. It is a lowland agave, so you're going to get this kind of like earthiness. And like the difference between lowland and highland is going to be kind of like you would see in Napa Valley. All your grapes are usually on the inside of the valley right there. It collects the heat. A lot of the rain goes there. It's not harsh to the winds and everything. Whereas
agave syrup is too sweet for me.
say that again?
Agave syrup is too sweet for me.
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's a syrup. Right? It's pure sugar. So yeah. So I mean, at home I make a lot of like strawberry agaves, and I'll use it for like pancakes. Like just basically cook agave nectar with a little bit of water diluted. Put some strawberries in there, and it's amazing.
So this thing is agave minus.
So this is just basically the agave. What they do is they take it, they ferment it, they leave it out, usually uncovered. Some companies actually are going to take it and cover the top, and they just let it sit there. And like kind of the same way they would do wine, ferment any alcohol. They call it it's basically like a beer almost. So after it gets that, they usually cut the heads and tails, the top and the bottom, and basically throw that into the other batch, so you get like a similar flavor, pH balance, all the above. But then you go up to their reposado. Their reposado has actually been aged anywhere between 6 and 9 months. So in between 6 and 9 months, they kind of check their barrels. They have a person on duty that goes out there and just basically tastes every single barrel to see if it's matured enough to actually be what they want to be in a reposado. If they want to let that barrel keep going, they'll just cork it back. You'll see what the barrels pretty much look like. These big guys right here. They usually use old wooden American oak barrels. Very easy to find in the States. Jack Daniel is a plentiful, and they're owned by the Brown-Forman Cooperage, which they produce their own barrels. So for whiskey, if you don't know, you have to use a new barrel to be considered an American bourbon. So that's why they just basically throw them out. Mexico collects them, ages all their tequila in it. But to move on, you're going to get a lot more notes of caramel, vanilla, apple. You get a lot of different notes that come from this wood, as well as a lot of the smokiness and the sweetness from the wood itself. And you're going to get a lot of those bourbon complexities that you get in the tequila as well. This tequila itself, if I do recall, uses Buffalo Trace barrels, which are going to give it a really nice smoky, really harsh char that comes from in there, which I'm a huge fan of. Gives it a little bit of a bitterness. And then as you go up, their añejo is actually aged anywhere between 2 and 3 years. Now for the bottling process, they do try them individually, and sometimes one barrel might be perfect at 2 years, depending on the barrel. The other one might take to about 3 years, because they do reuse the barrels usually once or twice through tequila. So they'll grab that 1-2 year, that 1-3 year combined, you go to the bottling process, and that's kind of how you have your consistency of flavor whenever you're getting any of these products. Jack Daniels, a lot of other companies, is made in such vast quantities that it's really hard to keep the consistency without adding additives or flavor profiles, or at least cutting your heads and tails and throwing them back in the batch so you have that consistent flavoring.
Hey, I might have missed it, but the añejo gets its color. It's not the barrel, it's the age.
Well, it's the barrel.
The barrel,
But it's aged in that barrel. So the barrel itself is where it's going to get all of its coloring from. So the longer you're in the
it
barrel,
sits in there, the more it absorbs cotton.
exactly. So kind of like whiskey, whenever it's originally done, it's going to be clear. Usually white whiskey, all the above. So whenever you make whiskey, you age it at 7 years, you get that really dark brown
Do
coloring.
any tequila manufacturers go after barrels that are used like, I know like we were just talking about it, Scotch, right? They go after like the sherry barrels from Spain to get that,
Well, sherry's so overpowering. Sherry's so overpowering that a lot of companies will rest them in there for like say 2 months or so. There's a great company called Plaza Azul, and what they do is they use white oak, sherry, and cognac barrels. So I mean, like they basically rest it a little bit at a time, blend it together, and you get this really nice, sweet, beautiful tequila.
So that is a practice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we were just. You were probably telling us while we were talking about it.
No. Actually,
I apologize, but yeah.
now. So there's that. There's a couple companies that use sherry. There's also certain companies that want to use specific wood barrels. Like you'll have Corazon right now that has a couple different expressions. They have a reposado, and the Buffalo Trace barrel. There's one they use in a Sazerac rye barrel. There's one that they do in a Pappy
For margarita.
That's obviously your proper expensive one because they paid a pretty penny for those barrels. But
Likewise.
if you get a chance to try it, unbelievable.
Well, thank
It's
you for
not as
having me here
highly
again. It's been a fabulous evening.
When we all
The first day of summer, we were talking about some virtual.
Now I
10 years.
am enjoying myself.
no, I've had the RIP 12 year right now.
I've had the 10. The 10 that was a
Oh, I had the
limited.
15.
Hey, 15.
Actually, there was a
win.
Come on, you had
No,
20.
the,
20
I
I
believe
had.
the 15's the Pappy though, right?
Yeah,
15's
no,
the
15 is the
Pappy.
Happy's great.
There, I've had the RIP 10. It's
Yeah.
12.
Yeah,
And the winner of the Cabo, and the winner of the Cabo trip is
another
Adam.
bar owner that I work at. He was like, I got this, it's your birthday. Let's
Yeah,
drink
no,
this."
yeah,
And I'm like,
100%. I got mine because I know somebody that works for a distributor, and they're like, "This fell off.
Yeah.
This is yours." Yeah.
That's pretty much how it always works.
We're in
Every time
New
you see a
York.
really nice bottle on our back bars, especially a bartender, distributor, any of the above, it's going to be because we got it from someone else, won a competition, all the above. We're not going to spend that kind of money on a bottle.
You know, we're in New York here, but let's say somebody's